Alright, so I watch a lot of dumb stuff on YouTube. Pretty much if I see a thumbnail for a video and it looks stupid, I'll click on it. This dude who I've been watching lately, Red Pill Reality Glitch. That name should tell you pretty much all you need to know, but we'll look at it anyway. And now that I'm talking about him, I can unsubscribe. That'll be good. So I found this guy when I was looking at the 5G conspiracy theories. If you don't really know about this, there's these people on the internet who think that 5G connectivity is like melting our brains or something like that, giving us cancer, giving us, in some cases, some people think the coronavirus came from 5G. Pretty much you can blame it on anything, i.e. this video, a flock of birds suddenly falls from the sky in Mexican mystery. So like that looked cool. I don't know why anyone cares. A flock of birds flew down towards the ground. But if you are not red-pilled, like a red pill reality glitch, then you don't know anything about the deep state. But it doesn't matter anyway, because birds aren't real. We all know this. You're not red-pilled unless you know that birds aren't real. So this is nonsense. Let's go to, what's his next video? There's a few of these. I don't know what this means. Local sun over the flat earth. So this guy's a flat earther. I think it's that, you know, with cameras nowadays, you can zoom in. So I think the deal is, in these videos, it kind of looks like the sun is in front of the clouds. It's honestly kind of trippy. Like, really, that's kind of whack. But I don't know what this is, but like, that's not normal. Like, even if you think the earth is flat, that's not normal, right? So I don't know what that proves. This one guy in the comments. One of these days, a commercial airplane is gonna have a collision with the sun in the clouds. Mark my words. Listen, brother, how are you gonna know when if an airplane collides with the sun, how are you gonna know, man? Like, I think if you crash into the sun, it's over for you. So no one's gonna know. I mean, we got stuff about how the coronavirus isn't real, the vaccine is part of the deep state trying to control us. The classics, really.
Congratulations on becoming an alpha tester for Metaverse. You will soon be joining a shared VR space with spatial audio.
Ugh, I hate the way she said that. But like, obviously, you're only getting into the test for the Metaverse if you're an alpha, okay? If you're gonna be hanging out with the Zuck, you gotta be alpha.
By Mark Zuckerberg, who will test this environment with you.
Hey, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about the metaverse.
What the hell is this? I want to know if this guy genuinely thinks this is real. Obviously, you know, Mark Zuckerberg, for him, he's probably like, you know, he's like Bill Gates or whatever. He's buying farmland and he's part of the deep state. But he knows this is like a parody, right?
Starting with the most important experience of all. Sweet baby rays. You're going to be able to bring things from the physical.
Like, the name of this video is The Metaverse is Coming Soon. Some scary stuff. And this is scary. This isn't the Metaverse. The Metaverse has its own issues, but it's not this. Alright, this is the video with him that I think is the most troublesome. This is a 14-minute video about, you know, 100% proving that the earth is flat. There's all kinds of wacky stuff in here, but probably the worst part is that he's asserting that the Challenger astronauts never died. You know, the earth is flat, and you're one of the handful of people who knows the truth. I don't even know what that means. That's the issue. That's my biggest issue with these videos. You know, the video is making it like an assertion, usually making tons of assertions, but they're operating off of a billion other assertions that they don't even bother telling you. You're not gonna explain to me? Like, we're just gonna move on from that without acknowledging it? I mean, I know that he and people like him don't care the reason that it doesn't go straight up, but like, you realize that you can exit the atmosphere going up. You don't have to go straight up. I'm no physicist, but I'm pretty sure it's like easier that way because gravity isn't pulling directly backwards to the jet engines if you're not going straight up. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Being red-pilled is all about identifying things that look suspicious and then stopping right there. Don't research it, you know, don't try to explain it. You just find something that looks suspicious, and that's evidence of whatever you want it to be, the deep state, this is a simulation, they're turning the frogs gay. I don't know if I'm gonna use the Alex Jones clip.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
I feel like I've clipped Alex Jones in so many of these videos. Honestly, I should just talk about Alex Jones. He's asserting that the Challenger astronauts never died, that he's got photos of them grown up, that they're still alive. I want to know, like, for these people who believe that these big events are hoaxes and these people are just living, like Alex Jones with the Sandy Hook stuff, like, do you think that like no one recognizes them? How do they go about their daily lives? Why is the only person pointing this out, you know, a handful of guys on YouTube with 100 whatever subscribers? No one else would notice. So anyways, you know, whatever, messed up, disrespectful to the families and all their friends and whatever. Like, that's just messed up, obviously. Okay, let's think about this for a second. If they weren't dead, but they had these big public fake deaths, they would have to live their lives out in secrecy and hiding, right? Why are half of these them just posing for pictures? What kind of, if the deep state is pulling off these really elaborate hoaxes and deceptions, then how are they so bad at it? So, I don't know, whatever. There's that video. So this soccer player, he's playing his football. He's footballing. This football player is playing and he, you know, in the middle of the game, falls on his face and collapses. This guy's conclusion, the COVID vaccine. It was the COVID vaccine. I want to ask this guy a question. Do you know anything about international soccer? Just do yourself a favor. Go to YouTube, type in soccer players faking injuries. Just do that and explain to me how did all these soccer players get the COVID vaccine before the COVID pandemic? That's the truly troubling thing about the COVID shot, actually. It doesn't just kill you sometime in the future, it can kill you in the past. All those soccer players faking injuries, those cops faking passing out from touching fentanyl, that's all been the COVID vaccine this whole time. This guy also hates Australia. There's a lot of these clips about the Australian government. He doesn't approve of them. So there you go. This is just a, you know, a good old wholesome, old-fashioned conspiracy theorist. But anyways, the Queen died today. So there was that. This lady, she's some kind of an Emperor Palpatine type figure. She died. Everyone's in an uproar about it. So the Queen dies. Rest in peace. She dies, but what's funny to me is her video, there's 19,000 people watching and it's trending, and obviously that's a major world event, but it still can't beat the Apple event on trending. The iPhone 14, okay, stop the presses. The iPhone 14 is so much more important than the life of this monarch who like witnessed World War II and all this garbage. England has a king now. If you're watching this video, you have not been alive since there was a King of England, so that's weird. Should we do a American Revolution Part 2? I'm just gonna show up in Boston and start throwing tea in the water and see if anyone joins in. I don't know if you've seen the Boondocks. They have this theory, if you throw a chair in a crowd, it starts a riot. I think if you throw tea in the Boston Harbor, it starts a revolution, especially when there's a King of England. So if this gets around to the King of England, which it will, he's a friend of the show, I'm giving you a 30-minute head start, or however long it would take me to get to Boston, and I'm gonna start throwing tea in there. So I probably won't actually get to Boston. If anyone is near there, throw some tea in there for me, because I'm not gonna make it. I still am looking forward to infiltrating the Bohemian Club. It's gonna happen. I haven't started planning it yet, but this is definitely not something that I'll just keep saying and always forget about and never get around to planning. That just doesn't sound like me. That's not something I would do. So, bye. Okay, bye.
Serious crap. I'm in control now. Ridiculous.